This is exactly how you want to use your credit card to keep your credit score as high as possible every single month. So in today's episode, I really want to break down how to use your credit card properly. Now, a few days ago, we talked about exactly how to pay your credit card, but I did not cover exactly how to use your credit card properly because it's very confusing to people. And I'll be honest with you, when I first got into credit cards and got into the credit game, I had no clue what to do or how to use my credit cards or how to pay them. So in today's video, I'm going to break it down exactly how you should use your credit cards to continuously cause the actual credit card companies to raise your credit limits. And I'm gonna answer the grand question, but why do I want big credit card limits, Mike? I mean, if you're telling me it's not my money, then why would I want it? But before we jump into this video, make sure that you smash that like and subscribe button so this video gets out to more people so everyone can stay informed. But make sure you watch this till the end because that's when I'm gonna tell you exactly why you want high limit credit cards. So let's start with the first question. How much of your credit card should you actually use? And we're gonna start with the big theory of you have to leave a balance on your credit card because if you don't leave a balance, then it shows that you're not using your credit card and you need to show that you have credit card activity. If not, your credit score is gonna drop. I'm truly so tired of having to answer this question because a lot of people believe that this is true. And in fact, it's not. It's 100% false. You're not judged on the activity of your credit card or how much of your credit card that you're using. That does not help your credit score in any way, shape, or form. Let's put this up on the screen right here. I have an account from Navy Federal right here, a secured loan. And I wanna show you exactly what it looks like on a credit report so I can kind of really break this down for you to make you understand that this theory is completely wrong. So on every credit report, you have all of these attributes. As you can see at the very top, account number, high balance, last verified, date of last activity. Oh, hold on. That's where it came from. You see right there? It says date of last activity. People think that that is exactly what credit card companies are looking at. That's what tells them like he's using his credit card. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. No, that's not what that means. All of these are attributes on a credit product on your credit report. That attribute is telling other credit card companies or the credit reporting agencies when that item on your credit report had a last activity, meaning the last time it got updated, like it updated your last payment, it updated the balance, it updated the account number in case that changed, it updated the status of the item. So like if it turned into a collection or a charge off, then that date of last activity would change based on any changes that happened to that item on your credit report. It means nothing about how much you use your credit card. Now let's put up the next chart up on the screen, breaking down your credit score. This right here is what makes up your credit score. These 5 factors: payment history, credit utilization, credit age, credit mix, inquiries. All of those are the 5 factors of credit that make up and control your credit score. Now this is what confuses people. Credit utilization. What does credit utilization mean? It means the balances that are owed on only your credit cards. Remember, only your credit cards, not your student loans, not your auto loans, not your mortgage. As you pay those down, that doesn't help your credit score. You're just getting the payment history. That's all. Honestly, it's lowering your debt to income ratio as you pay those down. But credit utilization is only the balances that are going to report on your credit report from your credit cards. Make sure that you pause this and screenshot this so you could save this and send it to your friends so everyone can truly understand the 5 factors of credit and how these are the only 5 that control your credit score, nothing else. All these theories and myths, they don't make sense because guess what? They're not true. But now, the biggest question of all, well, how much of my credit card should I use, Mike? You can use as much of your credit card as you want. You can push it to the max and then pay it off. Push it to the max and pay it off. You can use it to just put your Netflix or your Hulu payments on it. Something very simple. Use it only for your gas. Pick the credit cards that you want. Use your everyday spending items. So like you go to the grocery store, you gotta get gas, you gotta pay for your cell phone, you gotta pay the light, the water. You can put all those on your credit card and then pay them off responsibly. That's how you responsibly use a credit card. Now, a lot of people are gonna say, oh, cycling, where you push it to the max and then you pay down. Credit card companies don't like that. And no, credit card companies want you to use the credit card. That's why they're giving you the money, because at the end of the day, credit card companies want you to get in debt, so you actually have to pay them interest. Credit card companies make money from interest and fees. But here's the trick that nobody wants to talk about. If you pay your credit card off in full every single month, you don't pay any interest fees. You have people out there say, oh man, that credit card has a 29.99% interest fee. Well, yeah, but if you pay it off in full, like what you're supposed to do, you won't pay any interest fees. So the interest rate means nothing. If you're someone that's not comfortable using a credit card, all you have to do is literally, you could just go into a gas station and buy a soda or a bag of chips or a pack of gum, put it on the credit card and then pay it off, and then you're done. You do that at least once every 2 to 3 months because you have to use the credit card. Because if you don't even do a minimum purchase like that, the credit card company will shut down your credit card because you're not using it, because you're not using the money that they gave you. Instead, they'll take that money from you, close your credit card, and then give it to someone like me who's actually gonna use it. I wanna give a special shout out to all my beasters out there that are working hard to fix their credit using DisputeBeast, the most advanced AI credit repair software ever created, and specifically to Wesley, Wesley's credit score went up over 226 points after just 2 rounds with DisputeBeast. And also Marcus's credit score went up 337 points after just 2 rounds with DisputeBeast. And let's not forget Richard's credit score went up 446 points after just 1 round with DisputeBeast. DisputeBeast is going to be pinned at the very top of the comments and in the video description for anybody that needs to fix their credit. Last part's the most important. Another great example, people get the Capital One credit cards and they start off at the very bottom tier like I did. I started off with the Capital One Platinum card. Here it is right here. It's one of my oldest credit cards. I did not use it enough. I would only use like maybe 10 or 15 bucks. And then guess what? Capital One would not raise my credit limit. Capital One is one of the stingiest banks out there. But if you use the credit card and you pay it off in full, they're gonna raise your credit limits. Because you have to understand something, every single credit card company is different. Capital One is one of the largest subprime lenders in the United States, or in the world probably. And they're used to giving people with bad credit the opportunity to rebuild with their credit cards. So they're teeter-tottering on, okay, should we give them more money? Should we not? But understand something. I've done this with thousands of clients that had Capital One credit cards that only had like a $250, $500 credit limit. Once they started using it and paying it off in full every single month consecutively, Capital One immediately automatically increased their credit limit on their own without them having to ask for a credit limit increase. But think about something logically here. We gotta use our noggin sometimes, okay? If you're not using the credit card, why would the credit card company wanna give you more money? They're not, because they know that you're not gonna use it. So why is he asking for more money if he's not gonna use it? No, don't give him any more money, deny him. But listen, hear me out. I'm not telling you to go buy TVs, sneakers, and Louis Vuitton, get yourself in debt so you can like show that you're using your credit card. No, use your credit card responsibly for your everyday bills like I talked about earlier. Your car insurance, your gas, your groceries, your Netflix, your Hulu, your cable bill, your cell phone. All of those can be paid with a credit card. You're already scheduled to make the payment on them, right? So just go ahead and pay them off in full every single month because you're already budgeted to pay those items every single month. But remember, the golden rule here is use the credit card and then pay it off in full every single month consecutively. If you can do that consecutively for 6 to 8 months, the credit card company is going to automatically give you a credit limit increase. And if they don't, you can go inside of the app for the credit card company, Chase Bank, American Express, Citibank, Discover, the Apple credit card, the majority of credit cards. Did I say Chase Bank also? Yeah. You can request a credit limit increase with no hard inquiry, and that includes the Capital One credit card. So if you don't get the credit limit increase after you've been using your credit card responsibly and paying it off in full every month, then request a credit limit increase once every 91 days if you haven't done it in a long time. And if you have been requesting it and you did get one previously, you want to request it at least once every 6 months. But remember, the golden rule here is if you want to get approved for a credit limit increase, you must use the credit card. If you're not using it enough, they may not do it. Now let's answer the bigger question. Why do we want high limit credit cards on our credit profile? There's actually a lot of reasons. I could go on forever about this, but I don't want this to be a long video. Understand something. One, it's not your money. So don't think it's your money. You can just go blow it and then you can not pay it off. You have to pay it back. But it's important to understand utilization makes up a huge chunk of your credit score, which is 30% of your credit. If we get high limit credit cards on our credit profile, let's say hypothetically your car breaks breaks down. You need to buy a brand new transmission that's gonna cost you $2,500. But guess what? You only have low limit credit cards on your credit profile. So now you gotta pay $500 with this one, $1,000 with this one, another $1,000 with this one, and $500 with this one. You got it scattered all over the place. But if you had high limit credit cards on your credit profile, you can use that credit to pay off some type of emergency and then put yourself on a serious budget to pay it off over time. I never recommend this because it is a very slippery slope, but understand it could potentially help anyone that is in a bind at the moment and at that time. So let's say hypothetically you have $50,000 worth of available credit on your credit profile from your credit cards, and you put a $2,500 balance on your credit card. It's not going to make a huge dent. It's not going to drop your credit score tremendously. It's not going to have a massive impact on your credit utilization that makes up 30% of your credit score, because remember, credit utilization is the balances that are reported from your credit cards. But remember, if you don't have the money to pay it back, you're going to incur interest fees, which is going to eat up that original balance that you put on there. It's going to balloon. But as a good example, like the CARE credit card, some credit cards you can get them with an introductory offer. The CARE credit card, say for instance, you need something done with your teeth, or you can use it for your pets. You can use it for so many different things, and you can carry that balance, and they'll let you actually carry a balance for up to 12 months. You have 12 months to pay it off, 0% interest, and then you're done. You could do that with so many different other credit cards that offer different types of offers like that, or get an introductory credit card for that purpose. But the entire point of having a high limit credit card on your credit profile is to ease the pain if you ever do carry a balance. Like sometimes, I'll be honest with you, I forget to pay off a credit card in full, and then before I'm like, oh my God, that's a massive like $1,000 balance. Let me go pay that off. But guess what? It didn't affect my credit score because I personally have over $250,000 worth of available credit. But there are people out there that use their credit to leverage it for their business. So they'll take an actual credit card as an example, like our favorite, Navy Federal. Navy Federal, I think they changed this rule, but Navy Federal, all of their credit cards at one point, like all these credit cards, you could liquidate this credit card for cash, and you didn't actually get charged a cash advance fee for taking cash out of these credit cards. So you could take this right here is, I think it's like close to like $60,000 in credit cards right here, credit limits. You can liquidate all these to help fund your business or fund some type of idea you may have to start a business, but it's a very slippery slope because guess what? Once that interest rate kicks in, it's going to eat you up. And I'm gonna give you a really good story here. Well, it's not a good story, it's a bad story. A client of mine reached out to me and said, Mike, I overextended myself, and I've got all these credit cards that I maxed out because I was using them to flip real estate, and I was not able to flip these houses. I can't sell them, so now I'm drowning in debt. Now I owe American Express $30,000. I owe Navy Federal $60,000. He's like, I need you to help me delete them. Well, hold on. Ain't no I'm deleting anything. Let's just go and get that clear. I don't just magically delete something from someone's credit report. That's not what happens. But everyone out there assumes that, you know, if all else fails, you know what I mean? Like, I could just get someone to delete it. No, that's not how it happens. Now, yeah, maybe you can delete it from the credit report if you're really good, but nobody's gonna be able to delete that level of debt from a credit report. You're gonna get sued. The credit card company or the credit union is going to sue you. So this is the exact reason why I never, ever support or talk about leveraging your credit cards to fund your business. I bootstrapped my business. I worked 3 jobs. I worked my morning job at a manufacturing plant running the shipping and receiving department. I worked a catering job at night, and then after I left the catering job, I would go Uber at night. That's how I built up the funding for my business. I didn't max out credit cards and liquidate credit cards. That's just a horrible idea. So that's not real funding for a business. In order to get real funding, you have to have revenue for a business. That's the reason why everyone wants to promote this as funding when it's really not, because you're just putting yourself in a really bad situation. Because guess what? Exactly like my client. He couldn't pay those credit cards back, now defaulted, and he's gonna be sued. There should be only one reason why you want high limit credit cards on your credit profile, is to give you the flexibility if you ever do have an emergency. That should be the only reason. Liquidating credit cards should not be the option because you're putting yourself at some huge risk, and that's the reason why I don't support it. But remember, only one reason, and that is for in case of an emergency, you have that flexibility with your money. You don't have to come straight out of pocket. You could possibly go find yourself a 0% APR credit card if you don't have one, and guess what? That 0% APR credit card can be anywhere from 12 months, 18 months. Some of them are 21 months of 0% interest for that time period, but then once it ends, interest will kick in. I'm gonna leave you with this last note. Always remember, use your credit cards as you see fit to your lifestyle, not mine, because I don't know how much money you make, I don't know how much money you spend, but use your credit cards responsibly responsibly and pay them off in full every single month. Use them as much as your little heart desires. But remember, the golden rule is pay it off in full every single month. That's what the bank wants to see. So I hope you enjoyed this video. We covered another big one on how to use your credit cards to keep your credit score high and get those high limit credit cards if that's what you're looking for. Now make sure that you watch this next video because it is about another credit union that you may want to learn more about. And if you felt that I brought you some value in this video, make sure that you don't forget and subscribe to increase your credit score.